Thank you for joining us in Finding God in the world of video games. And I feel like I need to talk to someone about this. I have been experiencing, and I think it's important for me to share it with all of you, what feels like heart palpitations. My palms have been sweating, my forehead has been dripping with perspiration, even my feet are sweating. My feet, I have been feeling waves of anxiety.
If you're feeling this way, then maybe we should stop recording and, take you to a doctor.
No. We already know if we wake up with the baby, then we will never finish recording this. But anyway, so I felt a wave of anxiety wash over me as I knew that not only was I about to attempt something that I've never done before, but I could also feel the eyes of others just watching me, fixed directly on me. My stomach has been knotted up with tension, and I realized that it was now or never. And once I made this attempt, this jump, there was no going back. There's nowhere left to go. There's no time left to think. Either had to attempt to leap forward or just remain standing, paralyzed by fear and become enveloped by the slime.
Wait, slime?
Slime.
What?
Yeah, the slime.
What do you mean?
The slime that had patiently been pursuing me through the obstacle course. The slime that had filled in all the space behind me and continued to inch ever closer to me and everyone else who was out there on that level of Fall Guys.
You're crazy. Oh, okay. I was going to say, I feel like you're kind of being a little crazy.
No.
We should probably take you to a crazy institute. But okay, I think I'm following.
Well, not until we're done, though, because the baby's still asleep. Now, if you haven't played Fall Guys yet, I feel like that pretty much captured what it feels like to play at just a regular level of it, complete with the foot sweat.
I was going to say, the hands, the feet sweating thing, too. It's true.
Fall Guys is an amazing example of a multiplayer free-for-all that requires almost equal doses of luck, skill, and patience in order to succeed. And now there's a whole season 2 of it that everyone can try to play as well. Well, we probably shouldn't have made all those jokes about babies still being asleep, but we're going to go for this anyway. So Fall Guys plays at a frenetic pace as every player in the field of 50 participants fends for themselves through a variety of obstacle courses and activities. And as the challenges get progressively harder, then the number gets rapidly whittled down until only one player stands tall at the end with the crown. And I have found success with almost every one of the crazy challenges that Fall Guys has thrown at me, except for Slime Climb, that is.
Yeah, the level called Slime Climb is exactly what you described it. A race to the finish line where you and your competitors all must run, jump, and dash across increasingly slippery and ever-narrowing surfaces while the slime behind you slowly catches up. Even the most methodical player has little room for error as the slime slowly removes your options for making a mistake. If you slip and fall at any time, okay, literally any time after the midway point, you can pretty much expect that the slime has cut off your options for advancing.
The slime never stops, it never slows down, it just slimes its way towards you emotionlessly, unaware of the panic that it is setting in as it grows ever closer to the remaining players. And yet life can be much the same way, problem after problem closing in on us, with each new bit of drama seeming completely oblivious to the challenges we've already overcome just to be standing here today. And all of the yelling, the screaming, the crying, and the denying won't slow it down. It is forcing us down a path in which the only options are to join those who have already lost, or to make the blind jump towards the next safe zone. And if there's anyone who would understand that conundrum, it would be Rahab, a woman who was thrust into a position that required more than just faith. It required guts. And if you aren't familiar with Rahab, it's time to become so.
Rahab was gainfully employed as... Look, I didn't write this story, okay? Honestly, it might help us to know that our heroine today didn't exactly start out as a Disney princess.
Nope.
Okay, Rahab was a harlot in the city of Jericho. I kind of just said it. A wicked city that was marked for destruction.
And as a member of the prostitution guild, she was making her living. I'm trying to do it nice as I can. I just don't want Beba to know about this. She's going to read it sometime. She was making her living in a city full of idol worshippers. And Rahab had nowhere to go but up at this point, and things were about to look up in a major way, as we find that her destiny intertwined with the destiny for the entire country of Israel in Joshua chapter 2. If you start in verses 1 through 7, we have Joshua sending out some spies into the land, specifically Jericho. When they went into Jericho, they came to, it says, to the house of a harlot named Rahab, and they lodged there. Unfortunately, the people of Jericho took kind of a dim view of spies coming in and checking out their city, especially spies from, an army that was coming to destroy them. So they went looking for them. They thought they saw them at Rahab's house. So they went, and they said, bring out the men who have come to you and have entered your house. And they come to search out our country. They're spies. And supporting them would basically be treason. So Rahab, she took them in and she hid them so that way they wouldn't find them. She put them on the roof, hid them with stalks of flax that she had laid on the roof, and she made the decision to not only protect them and keep them from being found, but then gave them guidance on how to escape and get back to the Israelites. And that's a pretty bold move, hiding spies of an enemy army on the roof of her home. And nobody asked her to do that. She just put herself out there as an ally of God's people and made this choice. And a choice that was not only for herself, it was for her entire family as well. I mean, think about it. If they had been found there, the entire family was going to face the consequences of this. But Rahab knew that if they were going to avoid the slimy consequences that were about to devour that entire city, a dramatic leap of faith was not only called for, but necessary. And you see that in the remaining of chapter 2, verses 12 through 16, when Rahab talks to these spies, and she says, I beg you swear to me by the Lord, since I've shown you kindness, that you will also show kindness to my father's house. Give me a token that my father, mother, brothers, sisters, and all that they have deliver our lives from the death that she knew was coming. She saw the slime coming. I don't know how, but she sensed it. And the men answered, and they said, if you will put this scarlet rope through the window, that's how we will know that you are there, and you will be saved if you follow this.
Now, Rahab put herself out there and decided that she was going to throw herself at the mercy of a God that she didn't even know, but that she chose to believe in anyway. That's pretty cool. She put her life and her entire family's life on the line, and she just made the jump. And not only did she land safely on the other side as the sole survivor of the city of Jericho once the walls came down, but she earned an entirely different crown as well.
That's right. If you look in the book of Matthew, chapter 1, verses 1 through 5, you get that infamous genealogy of Jesus. And it's all the begats, The son of David, son of Abraham, he begat Isaac, begat Jacob, begat Judah, and it goes begat. All the way through until you get to this part where it says Salmon begat Boaz by Rahab. Boaz begat Obed by Ruth. Obed begat Jesse. Jesse begat David, the king. So I hope you caught that, but we'll spell it out anyway. Rahab was the mother of Boaz, the guy who married Ruth in the book of Ruth. And that makes Rahab the great-great-grandmother of King David. More importantly than that, she is mentioned as part of the chosen line of Jesus Christ himself. As a matter of fact, she is one of only 4 women who was named in the genealogy of Christ. And on top of that, you say, oh, well, that's pretty spectacular and all. Let's look at Hebrews chapter 11, where she is mentioned as an example of one of those classic heroes of faith, where it says, by faith, the harlot Rahab did not perish with those who did not believe when she received the spies with peace.
Now, we hope this has encouraged you that regardless of where you started or how challenging your current situation might be, the Lord has a plan not only for your survival, but for you to be an example to others through your faith. It may feel like the slime just keeps inching closer towards you, but that's because it is.
It is.
It is.
But we can still make that leap of faith without the fear of falling, because we know in Philippians 1:6 that he who began a good work in us is faithful to complete it. Now, he didn't leave Rahab behind once she had served her purpose. And he didn't merely just save her from destruction. He picked her up and he planted her in the family tree of his own son. Not because she had a clean past, but because she had demonstrated a desire to throw herself in faith at his mercy seat. The same path away from the ever-encroaching challenges of this world awaits us as well. if we will faithfully make the leap towards His grace and His provision. Now, just like in Fall Guys, it may seem like you're jumping towards nothing, or maybe just jumping away from slime. You may have sweaty palms and anxious feelings before you jump, but nobody who has chosen to take the fall into His arms has failed to stick the landing.